This year, in 2 months, I'll be turning 20 years old. Now, I've ended my teens with about $20,000 invested into different accounts and a business that's still growing, doing around $200,000. Now, I'm not claiming that I know everything. I'm not claiming that my situation is excellent. It's decent, in my opinion. But I've learned a few things about money in my teens. So today, while I'm practicing my shooting here, I wanted to share with you guys 9 money lessons that I've learned in my teens that have completely changed my life and that I'll be able to use for the rest of my days. So, lesson number 1. Compound interest is the greatest force in finance. If you don't know what that is, simply put, if I shoot one arrow today, but tomorrow I double the amount of arrows that I shoot, and I double it the next day and the next and the next, after 10 days, I'm gonna have to shoot 512 arrows. Just 10 days, just by doubling it every single day. So that's basically what compound interest is. You put your money into an investment, into an asset, and over time it gains interest, and then you gain interest on that interest. So the money just keeps growing, and it keeps growing faster and faster exponentially. That is the single greatest advantage you have at a young age in terms of finances. It's time. So actually take it and start investing. Even if it's a small amount, you'll thank yourself in a couple years. Now for me, like I said, I have $20,000 invested at the moment. So if I don't invest another dime for the next 45 years, so until I'm 65, I'll still have $1.457 million to my name just by investing $20,000 in my age. So every single dollar that you have at 20 years old could be worth 73 times more at 65 if you invest it. So if you don't know how to invest, get counsel on it. I have a few videos on my channel that explain how to do it. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. This thing is starting to sag a little bit too much for me to sit on it. So let's change spots. Okay, so the next money tip that I learned in my teens is know your money personality. These days, we see so many opinions on social media, especially about money. Everyone has something to say about money, including myself. And it's good that you listen to people that talk about it because it's really important to learn about it. It's really important to get educated. But know yourself and don't take anybody's words for facts. Let me just give you an example here. Dave Ramsey, the finance guy that tells you to pay off your house as early as possible and put all your money into that and just try to pay it off as quick as possible, has great advice for people that are not good with money. Because a house, a property, is forced investments. It's forced savings. Because every single mortgage payment that you make on your property gets you closer to owning 100% of the asset, which is your home. And that asset gains value over time. That advice is great for people that are not good with money. But some people are good with money and can handle stress. Oftentimes, it's going to be better for these people to invest that money instead of putting it all into a house. Why? Because the stock market often does better than the real estate market. But that's just a subject for another video. The point is, not everyone is going to have the same strategy, and that's totally fine. Personally, I invest only in ETFs, but some people are going to be better off buying some stocks or having a small percentage of their portfolio being in crypto. That's not something I do, but you have to know yourself in order to craft a financial strategy that will actually work for you. So keep educating yourself, keep watching videos about it, but actually think critically about everything that you hear, especially on social media. Money lesson number 3 is time is more valuable than money. The more you go up in economic echelons, let's just call them that, the more you'll realize that people don't care much about their money, they care more about their time. The easiest way and the best way to make money, especially when you're young, is to save someone some time. Now, there's millions of different ways to do that. For one, you could get a job and get an hourly wage, saving someone time, and that's totally fine. That's a great thing to do at a young age, especially if you manage your money well and you invest most of it. But another great way to do it is to start a business that's going to save someone some time, whether that be mowing lawns, cleaning windows, any type of home service business is great for young people. On the other hand, you could serve wealthier people if you do have access to them. Any skill that you have, big or small, someone wants it and someone is willing to pay for it. So speaking of business, the next lesson is that the best business is the one you start. Here's what I mean. A lot of people are going to want to start a business, but not a lot of people are actually going to start it. Why? Because they keep looking for the best opportunity. Should I get into crypto? Should I get into courses? Should I get into home service? Should I get into marketing? Should I try creating content? Whatever that is, at a young age, it doesn't really matter what you do, honestly. I think the only thing you have to do is start and gain some experience. No matter what field you're in, the experience that you gain from mowing lawns will be transferable to marketing. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, the abilities that you gain from one business to another is completely crazy. And a lot of times coming from a different background in competition in business is a great advantage. Lesson number 5 is that to get wealthy, you have to do 2 things. You have to be able to park some money in investments and let it grow over time, but you also have to get some money and reinvest it into business, into education, whatever it is, to get more credit, to get more skills, to level up in the market as a human being. So you have to find a balance between these 2 things. How much money are you going to park in investments and how much money are you going to reinvest in yourself? Again, like I said in lesson number 2, there's no perfect formula that works for everybody. You have to figure out what works for you. So I've talked a lot about business in this video, but the next lesson is that you don't need to start a business. Business is not for everyone. It could get you very wealthy, but it could also not work at all and just be a very stressful experience for you. For a lot of people, it's going to be better to get a job and invest as much money as possible into the stock market and to different assets that are going to generate them income over time in a passive way. When you have steady income, investing goes much faster than you might think. You just have to get to about $1 million portfolio and you get $100,000 a year in interest on an average year. So having a job and investing steadily is an amazing way to get wealthy. So stop listening to people that say you have to start this and that, start a business, and just do your thing. Do what works for you. 7, beware of the marketing machine. And the younger you learn this, the more money it's going to save you. Every single thing in this world is marketing. Every single thing you see, every billboard, every ad you see on TV, when you're scrolling on your phone, everything is about marketing in this world. So you have to be aware of that and think critically of whatever you see on the internet or whatever you see anywhere, really. The world is designed for you to spend more than you need to. So try to stop getting hooked by so many ads, so many marketing schemes, and try to stop listening to your favorite influencer telling you you need that skincare or you need that thing and that thing. You don't. That's the truth. Everything is about marketing. You have to remember that. You have to be aware of that. It's going to save you so much money and you'll get to financial freedom a lot earlier. Lesson number 8 is every single dollar counts. I can't count how many times in my teens I've received money from my grandparents for my birthday or from my parents for Christmas or whatever it was, and that I just said, oh, it's free money. I'm just going to waste it on something. I'm going to gamble it on a hockey game. I'm going to buy a new phone, or I'm going to buy a pair of headphones that I don't need. Every dollar counts, and the surprise dollars count as well. It's not because you didn't work for it that it's not money. As soon as it hits your bank account, you have to treat it like every single other dollar that you've worked for. It's just going to be a huge accelerator of your success and your financial freedom on the long run. Now, just to give you some perspective, the $300 that I got from my grandparents on my 16th birthday, if I hadn't wasted it in sports gambling and I actually invested it into an index fund, I could have had $30,000 more to my name at age 65. Now, of course, you can't think of that with every single dollar because you need to spend to live, but don't waste money even if you got it for free. So the 9th and final lesson of this video is that money loves speed, but it takes time. In other words, money requires you to work really hard for a really long period of time before it gets to you in an easier way. You could interpret that in different ways, but let me just give you an example. You work in construction, you make 20 bucks an hour, not a bad wage for a young person, but it's not great. The one thing you could do right now without any more skills or without being better than anybody and without more experience, the one thing you could do is be faster than everybody. Be there on time. Finish the task faster than the boss expected you to. When you do anything faster, whether it be in a job or in your own business, money will come easier. But you have to remember that it will take time. In investing, in work, in business, whatever it is, you have to be patient. My goal is to get to $1 million portfolio in stocks. That brings me about $100,000 a year in interest. That's a huge goal. And so I work really hard and really fast for it, and I invest as much money as possible. But I also know that it's going to take a lot of time, and I'm going to have to work really hard for a really long period of time. So remember, money loves speed, but it also loves time. So my final tip to you as a young person from my teens of what I've learned about money and business and all that, it's not quite a lesson. It's not the same as the others. It's not something specific you need to do with your money, but it's just to chill. Take it easy, try to act your age and be smart with your money, but don't overthink it. Don't close this video and go watch 10 more that give you tips on how to make more money. Like, just take it easy, be smart, be logical about your money, and everything's going to be fine. I personally have my own worries about money a lot of times. It does happen. But the best thing we can do is work hard, be patient, and hope for the best. If you have any questions, make sure to put them down below. If you're older than me and you disagree with some of the things I said, I'd be curious to know as well. And also, if you think I missed something, put it down in the comments for the younger people to learn faster about money. I'm trying to grow this channel, guys. I have like 4 subscribers at the moment. Not great, and I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this video, but if you did enjoy the video, I would highly appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I also have my Wealth Simple link down in the video description for investing for Canadian people. If you want to get into investing, use the link in the description. It'll get you a $25 sign-up bonus once you deposit $100. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching this. I hope you guys are going to be smarter with your money. I hope you guys are going to be able to manage your money better and make more money as well.